there was a man named Job, and by all accounts he had a good life. He was honest, kind, faithful. He had a family he loved, work that prospered, and a deep trust in God. Life made sense. Until one day, it didn't. Almost overnight, everything Job had was taken from him. His wealth was gone, his children were gone, his health followed soon after. And the pain wasn't just physical. It was the kind of pain that makes you ask, why me? And even in his own home, the pain spoke. Job's wife, exhausted, asked him, "Do you still hold on to your faith? Curse God and die." Job, weak but steady, replied, "Should we accept good from God and not trouble?" Job sat in silence, covered in grief, trying to understand how a life built on faith could fall apart so completely. Then his friends showed up. At first they sat with him, and that helped, but eventually they began to talk, and what they said made things worse. One of his friends told Job, "You must have done something wrong." The second friend said to him, "God wouldn't let this happen for no reason. Repent and ask for God's mercy." His third friend said, "If you just admit your fault, this would all make sense." But Job knew something they didn't. He knew he hadn't abandoned God, and yet, here he was. So, Job did something brave. He spoke honestly. He cried, he questioned, he argued, but he didn't walk away. Job didn't pretend the pain wasn't real, and he didn't pretend to understand it either. Then, in the middle of all that confusion, God finally spoke. Not with easy answers, not with explanations, but with presence. God reminded Job that the world is bigger than any one person's pain, and that even when life feels chaotic, it is not out of control. God reminded Job that his presence is always with him, even when he doesn't feel like it. And slowly, things changed. Job's strength returned. His life was restored. Not because he had all the answers, but because he held on, even when nothing made sense. The story of Job isn't about having perfect faith. It isn't about pretending everything is fine. It's about trusting God when everything is not. Sometimes, faith isn't loud confidence. Sometimes, faith is just staying when walking away would have been easier because you know that God is in it with you. Job questioned God. At some point he blamed God, but he still stayed with God. God promised a good life, but he did not promise the absence of trials and tribulations. But through it all, he promised he would be with you. Faith stays even when it's easier to walk away. I hope you have learned something today from the story of Job. Write it down in the comment section. Let me know what you learned. Stay blessed. See you in my other videos.